Great, thank you. So we are on the dot. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start with a little bit of a story. So last week there was something that I ordered. It was a Bluetooth speaker, and the delivery was obviously really quick, but it would not turn on. So I started reaching out for help. So first I tried visiting their website. I tried their chatbot. It gave me some sort of a troubleshooting link, and then I sent an email. There was no response. Found a support number, but there was just a ticket that was raised, and I basically was just left on a very long wait hold. I never heard anything back from them. So what resulted out of this was, I, as a customer, I felt frustrated, I felt neglected, and definitely everything didn't seem connected. So if I now flip this perspective and push this on to somebody who's a business owner, as a business owner, from his perspective, he's probably juggling with a lot of things. He's probably working with emails, his team is working with phone calls, chats, messages everywhere, and they themselves are so overwhelmed at times that they miss out a few such issues which are supposed to be relevant, but obviously it is something that they have just missed out. So this is affecting customer satisfaction, of course, hampering the team, the motivation of the team. And this is what happens when businesses, they don't really take support as a very important tool that they should be really thinking about, and they have probably so many different things and they think that it's all going to work well together. So this is precisely the reason why we have picked up this as a topic, because of course in 2025 customers and customer experience is something that is literally the root for every business to function and function well. So what we aim here is that we are understanding what challenges businesses face when it comes to providing customer support. And we have seen that with having a unified help desk definitely transforms these operations. It definitely helps in happier customers because their queries are answered instantly. And this is the reason why this is the topic for today. So we want to talk about what good support looks like in 2025, because customers are moving fast and their attention spans are very short and they will just leave your brand for another one. And a bigger part of Pragmatic TechSoft is that we have been implementing Odoo for like years. And we mainly believe that whatever we have learned with the failures, with the implementations, or with anything that business owners tell us, we want to share this with everybody so that you can grow faster, you can make smarter decisions, and you can definitely avoid these messes that many people don't really know that they can have a unified help desk system. So joining me today is someone who's lived this up close. He's Yashas, he's a business analyst, and he's a go-to expert for everything functional. He's worked closely with a lot of clients to implement effective help desk solutions, and his insights, experiences will definitely provide some valuable perspective to this webinar and will help you streamline your customer support process using Odoo Helpdesk. So without wasting more time, Yashas, over to you.
Thank you, Arva. Very good evening, everyone. And I would like to start the webinar. I mean, as Arva very rightly mentioned, it's about the help desk today. That is how Odoo as a ERP tool can help an organization streamline their whole customer support functionality, or how they handle the tickets, how they handle the escalations, how many people are working, how do they put out the reporting, and how automation and AI can work. So let's start off. But before we start, I would like to say, Arva, I mean, it was a very bitter experience for you, but any company would not love to lose their customers. That is, I mean, each and every customer, it could be with a very small product or with a large revenue. A customer is a customer at the end of the day. So we can't risk to lose any customer. So in this aspect, let's see what are all the challenges and who is this webinar actually for. There is a lot of things that we're going to speak about for today. It's not just the how are we going to handle the tickets or how are we going to handle the communication channels, but it's also, I mean, it is also about what all automations are available, what all details the reports are available, for whom is this a good webinar, and also how AI can pitch in so that our whole process can be improvised, made more efficient. So this is the webinar for all the people who need basically the hard numbers to justify support investment, because you might be having an organization or having a team with dedicated to customer support, which we in short we call as the CX team. where it could be a service-based company or it could be a product-based company. For either one of them, if you are, if your business is also, most of the times, a few organizations have 30 to 40% of their revenue coming from the handling the support itself. That is the support tickets, having the SLAs and other things. So if that is your organization, or if you have such a team, this webinar will have some very good insights to how we can improvise the efficiency, how we can improvise the readability and transparency, overall increasing the throughput of the whole team. And as I said, if this is for this webinar is for someone who is going to be like fighting the backlog from SLA breach emails to escalations and all these aspects. And also this is, as you know, because you have a support team or a service organization who is mostly into customer support, you will be literally looking into, solving a maze. There is a WhatsApp message one side from the same customer. There could be an email. There could also be a ticket on your tool. That is a help desk ticket on your tool. So which customer is it from, which one should we prioritize, which product is it from, which customer is it from, how much revenue is going to be generated on this, or most importantly, is my customer satisfied with our service or with our product? Literally, we'll be inside a maze which we are unable to solve. And by the end of a day or by the end of the week or with a proper period, my whole team is going to be demotivated, or they are going to be frustrated with all these aspects. So how are we going to channelize all these aspects, make it into one, bring it all under one roof? And also, as I said, ticket volume has tripled, but agents can't keep up. That is, our team cannot keep up because it's raining tickets from all over the place. What if it's a simple ticket which our chatbot can itself resolve? But do we have a chatbot, or what type of a chatbot do we need to have, is all we need to see. And most importantly, as I said, I have been mentioning this time and again in this webinar itself now, that how could AI help us out? How could automations help us out with respect to having this very good interaction with the customer, so that after sales is taken care of, that is, the customer experience after the sale should also be pleasant, so that in the future, the customer thinks us as an organization for taking up a new service or for a new product, so that it also generates a good revenue for us. So as I said, we also want to make sure with all these AI and automations, we need to stay ahead of customer expectations, so that next time customer do not doubt us when he or she wants a product or a service. So let's get into the agenda of the webinar. What are we going to speak in this whole next 35 to 40 minutes? So first is, why do we think, or first of all, as Arva rightly mentioned, why have we chosen this topic? And most importantly, why this whole help desk or the customer support needs a rethink. It could be channel mess, or it could be with rising costs because we have more number of people, but then the customer satisfaction is still not being resolved. That is, it's still not being efficient, or customer is not coming back. And most importantly, the SLAs. With each and every different types of customer, the SLAs could be different. So with each and every customer, the way we handle should be different. So is this aware by my team, my respective these things? All the members, is it aware by the client, so that everybody is in the same page? So that is what we need to think about. How much important is the customer support team? And also, we are going to see what are all the things that the modern CX team demands. That is, what all do we need? Is it just the Excel sheets or the manual communications, or can we have automated tools in place? Can we have automated replies in place? If at all it's a simple query by the customer, can it be handled on its own? And also, we can have better insights into the whole experience of the customer. That is, we have good reporting, automatically generated reports, and all these things. So what does my modern CX team requires is something that we're going to look into. And then we know that why does the customer support needs a rethink, and we know what are the demands by the CX team. Can these two be achievable? Can these two be achieved in the Odoo's help desk? That is, with Odoo as an ERP tool, can this be achieved? Is something that we are going to look into it. And then we are going to see what are the superpowers that matter. That is, for a CX team, what all would be the most important aspects in the Odoo tool that can help the CX team process all the tickets or most of the tickets with the most efficient manner. So let's look into that as well. And then we are going to see the plug and play integrations, where, as I said, the AI integrations, WhatsApp integrations, we are speaking about Jira, we are speaking about BI, and also all the other tools of Odoo. Because when I say customer support, it can be for a product replacement, where I might also have to to integrate with repair module, where I might also have to integrate with field service module and all these things. And then we are going to see with all this Odoo plug and plays, with all these Odoo implementations, do we have got any case studies where we can see the real results? And then we are going to see how and what are the best methods to go to implement the Odoo's help desk module for any particular service organization or who has a customer support team. And finally, if you have any questions, we can answer this. So this is the overall agenda, like from the source to the solution. That is from the problem statement to the solution. We are going to walk you through all the things. Let's get on to it. So the first thing is let's get to some statistics. So with our background check, what we found is like 50 to 60 second live chat benchmark. That is basically each and every ticket has at least the life of 50 to 60 seconds, where especially with the chatbots, the customer is going to quickly check, ping with the chatbots, and then they're going to say that, okay, I need some support or something like that. So that's the first page right now that they're landing. Most of the customers are landing. That is, most of the organizations are getting into a place where the chatbots can answer the initial query, so that it doesn't take the time of the service agent unless it becomes very serious or the issue is very serious. And most importantly, one of the things is for service industries, and also for it could be product or service industries, the number of tickets per day for a mid-size organization is somewhere around 500 to 600, ranging from the very smallest issue to very largest issue. Imagine 600 tickets on a day. For a mid-size organization, forget about the large-size organization, each one of these has to be resolved so that my customer market still stays active for the number of years, so that my revenue keeps generating, my company grows. So the number of people that are required to handle these 500 to 600 tickets is huge. What if we can replace these initial queries, simplest queries, by automation? So something that we'll be looking into in the further slides. And most importantly, as Arva was also mentioning, if one bad experience that happens to a customer will not hesitate to move on, because now the choices are very much. The market is very, very competitive, and that our background check also mentioned that 34% of our the customers churn out just because of one bad experience. They don't give us a second chance for the company. And most importantly, again, I was mentioning this time and again, now, especially in 2025, especially after the AI revolution, post 2020, post COVID, is what we have seen, the huge rise of AI tools and the technology itself. Support the organizations, or most importantly, the customer support teams, are using AI. 74% of them are using AI for the simplest of the task, at least, so that if at all it's just a question, or if they have a customer has one quick question that he couldn't find out with respect to using that service or using that particular product, he just asks the AI chatbot in the tool, in your support portal, so that it gets resolved immediately, so that it doesn't come to the service agent or it doesn't get escalated. So 74% of the this thing are AI chatbots, and it is resolved. So as I said, Arva was mentioning again, so the customers move at the speed of a swipe, fall behind, and we will lose them. And one customer loss is a revenue loss, and at the end of the day, it's basically my business gets a hit. So these are all a couple of statistics. We'll move on and we'll see what are the pain points, the generic pain points, at least for any support team or a support organization. First thing is, if you have a customer portal that where the customer can put out all their problems, with their it could be issues, or they need some clarifications, or anything that is related to our product or service. The most important thing is, where is going to be the origin of all these issues or all these topics? Emails, chats, phones, or WhatsApp. Now that WhatsApp is also there, but then accumulating all these things and then checking it, do we have an SLA in place for this customer? What are the generic rules that we have to, our CX team has to support, has to follow to get a proper support channel going through? Because different channels, the customer might have raised the same ticket, because if it was unresponsive in another channel as well. So it shouldn't be duplicated, and it shouldn't be assigned to another support agent as well, where it's waste of time, waste of effort, and waste of money as well. So there it creates a chaos. But what if all of them can be integrated based on certain criteria, and then it says the same customer raised with multiple things, you have to address only one, and one of them will address it one and then reply back to the customer. And also, if that could be like an auto-generated emails with as and when the ticket is resolved or it has been taken up by so and so and everything. So that's what we are looking at. So the pain point is the channel chaos. The next most important thing is, as I said, the silent SLA breaches, because right now, most of the time, because each and every customer support person will be handling multiple customers at a time, there will be tickets coming up left, right, and center. The SLA policies that we have with each and every customer could be different, and most of the times, our team would not be even aware of how much time it should take for each and every customer, what was the SLA, and all these aspects. And by the time the manager gets to know this, it would be too late, or by that time I would have lost the customer, or the experience would have already gone bad, or it could have escalated to the higher up as well. So all these are negative trends. So with if I have to avoid all this, the moment I have a ticket in hand, I need to know what is the SLA, what are the rules that I have to follow. This customer has to be replied within the next couple of hours, or it can be taken up one day, or we have there is no SLA in place for this particular customer. So first we need to get one. And how is this? Is it related to a product that they recently bought, or do they just need some educational manual that they just have to go through it so that they can only they are willing to do on their own? So without knowing all these things, if I try to get into the ticket and try to solve it, it's going to be waste of my time, and as well the waste of time for customer as well. So all these things are the problems which we are trying to automate. And with all this, as I said, because of all these aspects, the siloing of work and all these aspects, this will take my time, and it's also the cost to the company. So because of which, and also most of the in many of the places, there might not be no actual tools to capture the timesheets, so that I cannot bill it accordingly, so to my customer. So all these are hidden costs that is going to increase my expenses. And as I said, because of all these manual tools, the reporting also becomes, it lags basically, where we have to prepare the report whenever it's required, not that the report is generated automatically as and when we do our daily job. So for example, if I fill my timesheet today saying that I attended 4 customers, it should be putting up across various reports where I say that, okay, my timesheet report is ready, my customer service report is ready, the project report is ready with specific to a particular customer and an SLA. That's how it should be, so that I don't have to prepare all these reports manually. Because the more time I spend on creating manual reports, it's a loss of time, and also these reports become erroneous because I do it manually. Instead, as and when I do my job, that is fill my timesheets in this case, all the other reports which are required should be automatically populated, is what we want from the organization point of view. And most importantly, as I said, many a times, because of the common products that we sell, it could be a product or a service, the issues that come up from the customers are common, where you, at least the entry level questions, most of the entry level questions are common. We have to think it in such a way that, can I have an AI bot which can reply quickly based on this, or can I have a multiple choice questions to the customer as and when they put out the queries, so that if at all any of this can be solved automatically then and there itself. They need a manual, or did they take a wrong path to fix a particular product, and what should be the steps followed. If it can be provided by it can be answered by a chatbot, or it can be provided through a channel, so that we don't have to indulge my team members, so that their effort and time is also saved. So all these things, basically, as I said, if these kind of pain points are reduced, my support team can excel better, is what we feel, and that is what we are going to look into it right now. Taking it further, with all these things, what we feel is, we believe that a unified platform for the support team, that is for a successful support team to become, and an efficient support team to become, we believe that it's a unified platform that can help. That is, with one dashboard, one truth. That is basically, you have all the these things, that is, all the SLAs are in one place, all the channels where the initial tickets fall in place are unified. Then I put my work, then I look into the system, then probably I might look into the product or the service. I might even schedule a call to the customer, and then we might do all the communications with the customer, and then finally I complete it. I might do the job within the SLA time, or I might exceed, but everything is in one place, so that I don't have to go with email, Excel, and then put out a report once again. So all of this can be avoided. So this is where a unified platform will increase my throughput. I'm saying increase my throughput. I'm putting up into the shoes of a support executive, where I'm proposing this whole concept from a functional perspective, where I take up the role of a support consultant. And then most importantly, if I can get to know the automated routing and timers, that is, if I get a ticket in instantly, if the tool can only say that, okay, this is a particular customer, so and so their recent purchases are this, and he has put out a ticket based on this, and this is the SLA over here. I have to perform the actions of so and so. This is my exact necessary steps that I need to follow. And then I say that, okay, there is a product fault, or there is, there could be some understanding problem from the customer side itself, or they might require more tools to get this done, or we have a product bug or something like that. It has to be assigned to someone else. The product has to be replaced. We might have to find refund. If all these things are available in the routing itself, that is, automated routing is available in my tool itself, so that I spend less time digging into all these things. Rather, system gives me all these inputs and also the tools. That is, if I have to put out a return, I don't have to get into another system. Rather, if I have the same system where I say that this is the ticket because of which I'm raising a repair ticket or a replacement, so all these things will improvise the efficiency. And most importantly, as I said, 360-degree customer view. I was mentioning about that, where I have all the this thing. Being a support consultant, I have all the channels integrated. Then I have all the SLAs and other things integrated. And then I know that what steps have to be taken. And these steps are also put out within the same ERP tool itself, so that from the starting to the end of the ticket, I have everything in one system, so that I have a complete 360-degree view with the customers, with the timesheets, with the reports, what are the next steps that I have to follow, and all these aspects. And finally, to the whole organization, to the management, especially if we can get the built-in analytics with AI, that is, most importantly, that is the turnaround time with all these aspects, AI insights, and the BI reports. This will help basically the organization also to get to know how much time each and every person is putting up. What are the different categories of the tickets that are coming in, which are taking more time to get resolved, which are going for multiple basically repairs, or for, again, replacement or anything like that, so that we get to know the trend of our product or the service, the quality of the product or the service that we are offering. And most importantly, because no ERP tool is tailor made, if at all I have the open tool flexibility, that is open source flexibility, where every organization or every business can get their own technology also into it, their own requirements also into through this ERP tool. That is, if not the 100% fit, they also want some customizations. How good is this tool is what we are looking at. So one ERP tool is what we are speaking about, with a 360-degree view with all these aspects. Is that possible? Yes. With Odoo, as I said, it's a single system, single pane, and simple gains. So that's what we are proposing today. So here is Odoo as a ERP tool, and it has a specific module and a very dedicated module called Helpdesk, where all these aspects of customer support can be taken care of, right from who's the customer, what are the different types of help support teams we have, what are the different types of stages each and every team takes in. That is, I might have 10 different support teams to address 10 different types of issues, and each one of them can have their own stages, follow their own stages, and that they can put it out. And what you see on the screen is basically something called as a Kanban pipeline, where it says the number of, the on hold and solved are a couple of examples for the stages. We can have different stages with each and every different SLA, and each and every different, basically the support team. And this could be visually put out in such a way that we can have different color codes, we can rename it, we can reorder them, so that for my team internally, it gives very clear picture that these are the number of tickets which are just arrived, and this has some time to take care of. These are from so and so customers, and these are ones which are escalated, and already the SLA time, that is basically the turnaround time, is pretty much nearing, we need to close it. And these are overrun, that is, we still haven't put out a solution even after running out of time. So all these things can be put out from the support team perspective. And as I was mentioning, based on the type of tickets, we can auto assign. It could be an AI tool where we could put out the answers, or it can even go to that extent where which team it should be taken up, this particular ticket, this particular customer. And also based on the type of ticket, we can say that this particular team is, the people or the agents from the so-and-so team is available, they can take it up, and their skill set is so-and-so, so they are the ones, right people to address this particular ticket. So that can also be done in Odoo. And then we have integrated with the AI fields also, that is, the AI tools, where it says, depending on the type of the ticket itself. Probably a customer sends you a very frustrated email saying that I'm so and so, I'm not able to do this, I'm very frustrated, and all these things. Depending on that, and also using certain keywords, how urgent it is, which product it is, how much value is of the product, what is the invoice, when was the invoice done. Based on all these things, it will give us very good insights about how important is this, or how immediate is this to address, and all these aspects. And also other good aspects are detecting which language, because I can have a multi-diversified customer base where they belong to different cultures, different languages. So that will also help us. These AI tools will help us. Who would be the better person to address from the internal team? What language should it pick up? And all these aspects. And as I said, the knowledge suggestions and the canned replies, that is basically the system. Instead of me taking up as a support agent and then looking into the ticket and then writing an email that thank you for raising your ticket and I've seen it, I'll take it up and you can expect the results so and so, and please, thank you for your patience and all these things. What if the system can do that? And based on the type of the ticket also, we can set up in such a way that system, if at all, for example, a customer has raised a query saying that I have a problem in installing this, I could not find a manual, or I lost it, so can you please help us out? Can your agent get on a call and help me fix this? Instead of me getting onto a call, immediately what we can do is our system can only give the manual to them. In Odoo there is a knowledge module also. There is this documents module as well, where we can put out all our internal documents in PDF and publish into our websites as well, or at least keep it in Odoo, and we can publish for sure. And this can be taken up, integrated into support, saying that yes, here is a product. Because you have purchased the product, there is a ready tool available, ready document available. Why don't you take this up? If you're still not able to figure it out, my team will address this. So if the whole aspect of initial replies and initial analysis can be automated, that saves a lot of time. And also because those replies are instant, the customer is also engaged. They're basically getting the initial response from acknowledgement from the team, so that it is all handled carefully. And then, as I said, basically, this is what I mentioned, the self-service helping center. Basically, the forum plus e-learning, we can use all these tools. We can integrate in such a way that the customer is taken care immediately, rather than waiting for a support agent till they get free and then they reply back to the customer. So it's with all these automation, with the right ERP tool, it becomes the first firefighting agent in the support team, rather than everything waiting to be done by a support person himself or herself. So, as I said, the next amazing thing is what we want to look into is now, yes, Odoo has the capability. Now, let's start with the first thing. How does Odoo capture all these aspects? That is, how can in Odoo we can capture the tickets. We have email alias, which is a standard thing in Odoo, where if a customer sends email to the support support email address, that can be generated as a ticket. Then there is website, which Odoo already has, the Odoo website form. So where if at all, or even the other this thing, if the customer has a separate website which is not in Odoo, we can integrate into Odoo in such a way that wherever there is a contact form, that can be converted into a particular help desk ticket. And then we can also put out the live chat and chatbot for the in our websites through helpdesk, so that the customer will simply get onto it, and whatever they raise over there, as a ticket, will be recorded in my helpdesk module. And then we also, we have integrated with WhatsApp Business as well, where from the database, from the whole Odoo support team, they publish the WhatsApp numbers in their invoices, or in other places for the customers, and the customers can get on WhatsApp and they can clearly send the WhatsApp messages, so that it gets converted into a ticket. And most importantly, we can also connect with any other REST APIs or webhooks, where if at all there is something to do with, for example, if there are any devices which can be enabled with respect to putting up a support ticket. That is, I have a problem with a particular machine, and in a particular button over there it's already connected to the internet, because of which it can also be connected to our server, and one click of a button will definitely give us saying that this particular product from this particular customer is having a problem and they have raised a ticket. So that can also be done. So these are the different ticket capturing channels. As I said, one is the email alias, where we can clearly say that which company, which email address will be basically recognized by the customer for generating the support tickets. And then there is the website contact form where we can clearly see that how many tickets are there and how are the ratings, how are the SLA policies, where the customer straight away goes into the website and they fill the form and that gets raised as a ticket. And then there are the live chatbots. You can see over here. You have seen a lot of chatbots. This can be done through Studio itself, where you can put out what's the customer's name and the email, and then they can put out some attachments of what the problem that they're actually facing, or they can simply write it and just simply click on submitting a ticket. And as I said, the WhatsApp business also. So where they can simply send for a specific, registered business number, and that will be converted into a ticket as well, preferably following a specific policy. That is policy in the sense a ticket template, clearly saying that this is the body of the template where it says this is the description of the problem, this is the actual problem, and this is what my invoice number and so on. So that we get clear details about the whole ticket itself. Then comes how are we going to assign this? Now that we have all these channels integrated with Odoo, how can we assign these tickets and check a background? Check with the SLAs, and then if at all that needs to go an escalation, how are we going to do this? So in Odoo, as I said, we have the load balanced auto assigning. That is, either you can say that all tickets have to be put out immediately, or you can say that only the open tickets. That is, if at all, for example, something can be handled by the AI bot itself, so that is not considered to be assigned to any particular person. And if it doesn't get solved over there, it will be assigned to a particular support executive, and then it's taken further. So that rule also can be done. So the system can itself auto assign based on the ticket size and based on the complexity of the ticket, and also the availability of the support team. And also with the SLA policies, we can also segregate the customers as like silver, gold, platinum, so that which customers we have the SLA policies in such a way that we might have certain customers where we respond to them and make sure we stick to resolution within a 24 hours, or we can have that 48 hours. Sometimes we have 72 hours. So this details is required for a support agent to know, so that they can prioritize the work and get the things done, so that all tickets are given equal opportunities, and most importantly, to not lose any customers. And as I said, the priorities and the urgencies. So these can be if basically all these escalations or the gravity of each and every support ticket is understood by the automation which is available in the system or by the AI tool. That is when it gives more advantage, so that it clearly tells that can the AI tool itself can handle this particular ticket, or does a actual support executive is required. As I said, this will ease a lot with respect to assigning, and also most importantly, it will immediately catch the attention of who has to solve it at what time has to solve it. And also we can put out, we have the integration feasibility with Jira tool, where it syncs the commands, attachments, and work logs in both ways. That is from Odoo to Jira and Jira to Odoo. So as I said, with all these things, what we are putting out, the right ticket should be available with the right agent right now, or an alert before it's too late, so that customer is not lost, our business keeps growing, and most importantly, the customer is satisfied. That's the most important part. As I said, the knowledge and chatbot, what we have in Odoo, is something which is helpful, where it says, if at all, for example, if there is a chatbot and customer puts out, first the chatbot asks, what type of a problem is this? Is it like something which you are not able to solve, or is it just you need some couple of questions that needs to be answered, or do you have a very specific problem, or a product is you need a replace or repairment or something like that? So it starts understanding the customer's problem, so that immediately or a little later as well, it can clearly say that, okay, this is a problem which itself can be, through some, as I said, with providing some manuals or providing some quick tools or the guidelines, it can solve the problem of the customer then and there itself, or it has to be taken up, escalated to a support agent, so that he or she should take it up. So all these can be put out, as I said, the Q&A forms, the lead forms, the ticket creation steps, all these can be put out by the AI tools itself. And most importantly, unless it is very complex that the AI tool cannot solve, it has to be done by the AI tool itself, else it has to be taken up with the support agents. And also with all these things, the tool starts learning, okay, if this is the type of a question that is asked by this customer, so I mean this particular customer needs more time with understanding things, or this customer is like super hectic, we need to escalate immediately, or this SLA, this customer has so and so SLA, this customer has so and so volume of the revenue, so that it has to be addressed immediately or something like that. So let the AI handle, like, as I said, a simple thing like how do I reset my password doesn't have to go to a support agent. So AI tool itself can handle. So all these things has to be, I mean, we can make sure the AI tools learn so that they also tell that these are the so and so very initial tickets or the smaller tickets which the automation and the tool itself can handle. The rest and the complex ones goes to the people. So that's what our strategy is also. So, and other things as well, as I said, we can put it up in such a way that the additional tools were what we were mentioning. In Odoo with respect to help desk, we have the refunds. That is, for example, if at all the particular person has already procured, it could be a product or it could be a service, but then it was a problem. They couldn't utilize it fully. And then now they have raised a ticket. We can, through help desk itself, through the ticketing option itself, we can put out a refund, we can do the payment, or we can do the, I mean, reverse the payment, or we can put out a credit note and all these aspects. You can see over here. We can even provide coupons or discount in that matter so that we keep the customer happy. So at any point of time, you can see for one particular customer, you have two tickets, both are open, and you have provided a coupon and also have raised a credit note. So all these information are available at one place. That's the most important part. It's not a distributed system, rather it is an integrated one, but I mean, spread across all the places. That is, your credit notes will be available through the finance module. The coupons and discounts are part of your help desk and also through the sales module. Your tickets are exclusively part of the help desk module. Later, we'll also show you how you can do the returns and repairs, which are completely from inventory and repairs module. So, at the end of the day, your entire business process is integrated into one ERP tool. So this is what I was mentioning. So you can have a project task, you can even have a return. That is basically I mean, the company sold a product which was not satisfied by the customer, so they are requesting for a refund or a complete return. So we are taking the return and then we are resending back. So all this can be handled through the help desk module itself. This is a repair this thing, that is basically the view of the repair function, where we have created a repair order, which is the RO 00005. Who did it, what was the product quantity, and why was it returned, and all these aspects is available over here, as I said. And also the coupons which I mentioned earlier, to maintain the goodwill and to make sure the customer is satisfied and kept happy, so that our business is also not lost. We can provide discounts and coupons, and all this is integrated with the help desk ticket itself. And with all the timesheets and other things, it is integrated. As I said, we can even collect the signature from the customer once it is done. That is the e-sign on completion. So that we make sure it is clear. As I said, that is, we would propose that turn your sorry moments into the loyalty moments. That is, you have a very clear visibility to the customer. That is, here is your ticket, this is what is raised, this is what we are doing. That is, we have raised a repair, we have raised a repair order, we have put out a return, we have successfully returned, collected your product, and now we are repairing it and we'll be sending it back. This is what you have, a new coupon for this, please do have it because there was a problem, sorry for the inconveniences. All these aspects recorded in ERP with different teams, but then for customer it's just one. So it's not that few different people and different tools come into customer saying that I'm from the same company, I'm from different team, I'm handling this, I'm handling this. Rather, everything as a centralized information is given to the customer, as well as we have from the support aspect, from the support team, we have the visibility of all the aspects around that one ticket. And as I said, with tickets, definitely, yes, we'll be doing a lot of service activities. That is basically we understanding the particular issue or solving it. It could be a product company or it could be a service company. What we do is actually service in the backend. So end of the day, we clock our timesheets for, if at all it's for a ticket. And then all this can be charged. It could be prepaid or after that also. For example, if it has to be prepaid, we can clearly say how much it has to, the moment I put out, how much is the number of hours that the customer has to procure, and the timesheets, that is per hours, how much will it be costing. So this can also be done as a service. Or I can say that once I complete the activity, I'll be able to raise an invoice for the same. That is based on the timesheets. You can see over here, in-person support and phone support, we did it. I have completed my timesheets so that the customer has acknowledged. Now I'm going to raise an invoice. So that also can be done. You can see over here, service on timesheets can be put out. So through basically I can take it, I can put out a particular timesheet, and that timesheet goes into an invoice, sales order and an invoice finally. So, and this will go against the particular SLA as well. That is, there is a specific SLA where probably there are 11 hours which was already there, and I mean, sorry, 10 hours which was already there, but you have spent 30 minutes more, so you have already crossed the border. That is, you have spent more for a particular ticket. So all these information will be available through the help desk module itself as an integrated aspect. And most importantly, the other integrations which I mentioned is the WhatsApp sync and the Jira connector, and then the field services and sales. This is, I wouldn't say integration with respect to field sales and field service and sales, because this is part of Odoo itself. It's not that it's something outside. The real tools, I mean, the actual integrations are with WhatsApp, because that's a separate tool, Jira, which is a separate tool, and BI, that is the business intelligence. I mean, we can connect with Power BI or any other BI tools. Excel reports, Excel exports are available within Odoo itself. In fact, Odoo now has given a very good feature of spreadsheets where all the analytics are possible within Odoo itself. That can also be put out. So let's get into one of the journeys, that how do we look into from the ticket to resolution journey, where we say everything, that is basically all the channels, how do we capture it, either through WhatsApp chatbot or all these aspects. You can see over here, that's the, basically I first say that this is a customer, this is I mean SLA over here, and how I can automate it, that is auto routing of a particular ticket, and also the SLA timer, how much SLA is failed, how much SLA is in progress, how much SLA is in, I mean, complete success. You can see over here which are the customer care is one team and the VIP support is another team. 2 days to start, 7 days to finish. These are different types of SLAs. The VIP support is one team and the customer care is another team, where they're handling different types of tickets. So it gives a very good reporting to the whole team. How is it happening? That is, which are we losing back, and which are in progress, which needs to be worked out, and so that they get completed, or which are successfully completed. So all these things are available instantly as and when we complete the timesheets. Again, making sure that these can be populated. These will auto populate based on the time we spend, based on the data we capture in the system. That's very, very important. As I said, we can have all the attachments with the timesheets. What did the, I mean, if the customer has provided some images to us or some documentation to us, we can put out everything into the ticket itself so that it's visible for us at any point of time. This can then carry forward into my timesheets and my invoices as well. That can also be done. And as I said, the after sales options, which I showed earlier as well, we have the refunds, returns, field service, coupons, and other aspects. The refunds and repairs, so that I have a ticket now. What should I do later? That is, yes, I analyzed it. Either I found the problem with the service that we provided or the product that we provided. So what are the next things that I need to do? Should I put out a repair order? Should I put out a return order? Should I just process the refund? Or should I send a person in person to solve this? So all these are possible within Odoo itself. As I said, this will also, I mean, with our help desk module in Odoo, it will also say that once these are completed, it will also say that from the help this thing emoji to the happy emoji, it will give us the overall number of tickets. These are all the different emotions by the customers. That is, this is what the feedback from the customer is, so that it will help us understand and give better service to the customer, so that we improvise our everyday's work. The reportings and the dashboards are all available. Different types of dashboards. That is the pie chart, bar chart, pivots, Excel exports in Odoo itself. The spreadsheets all are available within Odoo itself. You can see over here a couple of screenshots. And as I said, the Excel export along with the BI. So that's also there. We can export it into Power BI or Tableau, and we can take it up in the. I mean, we can take that data and then make the analytics as well. And as I said, with each and every ticket, we can clearly say that, okay, what are the different now the acknowledgements, different types of acknowledgements the customer has, and how have they acknowledged it? Have they given any clear just the ratings, or what was good and what was bad? How can we improvise it? All this can be put out in the system itself, so that we can analyze it internally. Which tickets took more time? Which tickets the customers are happy? What are the types of tickets that we are able to solve it with quick time? And is the customer really happy? Which are the types of services or our products are doing very good in the market? So all this can be put out with the trend analysis as well. And we are going to take up a quick case study over here where let's take up a hardware vendor. I mean, that's what we looked into it. So where earlier they were completely into Outbox, that is Outlook inbox, that is basically with respect to emails, and everything was logged in Excel. But after the Odoo Helpdesk with WhatsApp and all the other tools integrated, like 4 weeks they took and they put out the Helpdesk. The results were amazing. That is basically they were able to put out 42% faster first replies. That is basically the moment a ticket is recorded. Earlier it used to take more time, but now at least the basic ones are getting handled immediately. And the most important thing is the resolution time has reduced by 34%. That is huge. That is almost, if I say that earlier it was 3 hours and now it is down to 2 hours, that is like 1 hour saving for each and every ticket. And imagine 100 tickets a week, that's 100 hours saved. So that can be put out to another complete tickets, or the whole efficiency of the team, the cost, the effort, everything increases. And most importantly, the whole journey from cost to ticket, that is basically the how much time I'm spending, how many tickets are coming up, all the things are recorded in timesheets, because of which my transparency increases. As you can see over here, 18% increase in the this thing, where the cost per ticket has reduced that much because of we recording everything in the system, which is an integrated system. That's the most important part. And for someone who wants to take it up with respect to the help desk, what we would suggest is first understand the Odoo tool, what all its capability and everything, and what is the different types of services, the support services that you provide. Based on that, you first define the whole aspect, that is from the ticket issue to resolution, what are the steps, map the channels, SLAs and everything, and then put out all these things. That is, take 2 to 3 weeks, make sure each and every workflow, that is, if I have a ticket, what should be the first step, what should be the second step, how the SLA validation is taken care, which particular team handles, if the ticket type is so and so, how much should be the ticket resolution time, and then what are the next steps of actions. That is, yes, I have found a bug or a problem in the service or a product, what should be done, refund, replace, repair, and all these aspects, and then steps in that, and then how do I collect the feedback and how do I close it. All these things, if it put out, we can also put out manuals and all the other integrations with respect to Jira, WhatsApp, and other things. And finally, we can also have the training for the entire team. We can even make sure our customers are aware of how to raise a ticket and what all they can expect. That can happen in this thing. And the overall rollout can be done within 6 weeks, exclusively for helpdesk. So it is possible, and this can improvise a lot of things for any support team and for the whole organization itself. So that's what we say. And in 42 days, you can you can move from chaos to control with all the AI tools and support. So that's what we believe. And if you have any questions, you can ask us. And this is why we bring in, and this is where we bring in our experience. We have 16 years of Odoo expertise, and we have a dedicated technical team and a functional team who are looking into solving real life problems in the industry every day, every year. And yeah, thank you. So if you have any questions, please go ahead.